So we're going to end our time today talking about paragraphs with conclusions and looking at the conclusion sentence in a paragraph. So it's the final sentence. What should it do? It should summarize your key points. It should explain a big so what. Like, how does the story of a newt and a frog relate to other things? Does that same scenario happen if a bird tried to eat it? I don't know. Is it only that because he ate it whole? I don't know. Okay, anyway. Or you could leave the reader with a thought. Like, what would you do if you had the awesome powers of poisonous secretions on your skin? You could leave the reader with a thought about your concluding paragraph. So these are some things that you should have. You don't necessarily want to use the phrase in conclusion. That's a pet peeve of some teachers. I feel like at the high school level, it's okay to start the year with using in conclusion, but eventually, as you become like juniors and seniors, you should not use it as much. You don't want to leave your reader hanging, and you don't want to end on a supporting detail. You want that final sentence. You want that connecting sentence that explains a big so what, that leaves the reader with a call to action, a task, or it leaves the reader thinking about something. So we're going to look at an example here. This is our last example. It's a new type of paragraph, but it's missing something. There is one house in the neighborhood that my sister and I particularly avoid. The family suddenly moved away about 5 years ago, and the house has been vacant ever since, or empty. Stories went around the time the family left, but you know how adults treat kids. They talked in hushed whispers, and when we came around, they got real quiet. Mom warned us not to go around the house. She said if we went there, we'd be trespassing, and that was breaking the law. So this is a paragraph. We're talking about this mysterious house, something happened, but we don't know what happened. We need a sentence in here that answers some of these questions. Did this person ever go to the house? Did they ever find out what happened in the house? We need a stronger sense of completion. We need a stronger sense of conclusion. So I added a sentence. It's okay. But what it does is it gives you a stronger sense of finality. So it was ending with this thought that the mom warned us not to go around the house. Oh, excuse me. She said that if we went there, we'd be trespassing, and that was breaking the law. So I added this sentence to bring a stronger sense of closure. I never visited the house again as a child, fearing it was haunted and didn't want to get arrested. But I still wonder what happened. So even though our character doesn't know what happened, we as readers feel like there's a stronger sense of closure. We know that this person never went there because they didn't want to get arrested. So that's cute. It tells us a little something about the character. But we don't know what happened. You could, if you were writing this, hint, hint, if you were asked to write a conclusion sentence for a paragraph, you could say that my sister and I snuck in the middle of the night and found blood all over the walls, and we were so scared we never went back again. You could add something else to the end of this, but it just needs a stronger sense of closure. Okay. So we went over a lot today. I'm going to click through this kind of faster. Maybe I'll do this one. This might be easier. So we've gone over the big idea of a paragraph with main ideas, how to find it using topic sentences, using some supporting details like cause and effect to give us clues and keywords. And then we ended with looking at conclusion sentences, and that we want to make sure that a conclusion sentence has a sense of it's finished, has a sense of your questions being answered. Okay. Next lesson, we're going to be looking at orders. So playing with the sequence of supporting sentences, we're going to look more at transitions and sample paragraph writing. This is where we will get into our assignment, and I will hold your hand and I will walk you through it. You are not necessarily writing a whole bunch of stuff, but you will be asked to identify parts of a paragraph. You might be asked to write a main idea, and you might be asked to write a conclusion to a paragraph. Okay. So that's what's coming up next time. So what should we do now? Right now, I got to tell you some really bad jokes, okay? These are called puns, and puns are intentionally just cringeworthy, okay? So people using umbrellas always seem to be under the weather. Because, when you have an umbrella up, they're underneath the rain, ha, ha. Okay, what do you call a cow with 2 legs? Lean beef. Ha, 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 ha. Because cows have 4 legs. But if it has 2, then it's like lean. It's okay. They're supposed to be bad. If you rolled your eyes, I feel like I accomplished my goal. Okay. We are now at the end of the lesson. So what you should do is work through the 305 slides. We're going to talk about the assignment, and I will walk you through next class. There's no quiz. There's no paragraph due yet. But if you wanted to maybe do some extra credit with that 314, maybe you want to save it for Wednesday, that's available. That's just going to be open until the end of the trimester. But take care of yourself, drink some water, email me if you have questions. And that's it, folks. Okay, here we go.